Harakeke Weaving by Georgia and Brooklyn.
Our scientific question is which harakeke contains the strongest fibers. Māori use harakeke to make many things such as kai baskets, puipuis, toys, baskets, and ropes.
In this experiment, we want to find out the strongest harakeke, and we will be weaving 3 different varieties of harakeke and making each one 4 meters long. We will also be using a figure 8 follow-through loop to tie each rope onto the cars.
We want to do this experiment because George's nana makes harakeke baskets for a living, and she also has lots of tools that we can use. Māori also used harakeke back in the day for many things, and it made us wonder how strong harakeke really is.
To do this experiment, we will be tying a figure 8 follow-through loop, and we'll be marking from where the back tire starts to where it ends if it breaks or not.
Our hypothesis is that the green harakeke will be the strongest because it was used a lot back in the day, and they used green harakeke to tie ships to the wharf.
What research can we find about our topic? 3 different types of harakeke, how harakeke was used through a Māori lens, how to make harakeke into a rope, what knot will be the best for our experiment.
Our independent variable is that the different kinds of harakeke we used.
The control is the length and the width and the knot that connects to both cars.
Our dependent variable is from where the back tire starts, from where the tire stops after it breaks or not. We also measured the length and width a lot.
Green harakeke grows all over New Zealand and was used for many years as a weaving technique. Inside the harakeke is rau, and inside the rau is muka, which makes the harakeke strong.
Red harakeke is an ornamental plant mainly used for lighter items.
The yellow harakeke is also an ornamental plant, but yellow harakeke has more fibers than the red harakeke and can grow successfully in wet areas where the red harakeke grows better in gardens.
This is a figure 8 follow-through loop that we use to connect both ends of the harakeke to the cars.
Scientific method for weaving the harakeke rope.
Our first step is to go harvesting for different harakeke. We had to cut the harakeke on an angle because it stops water from drowning the harakeke. We also had to do a karakia because harakeke is tapu.
Next, we had to cut the end of the harakeke because it is too hard for the flower holder to shred through.
After, we had to separate the harakeke into halves or quarters depending on how wide the harakeke grew.
Then we used the flower holder to shred the harakeke. A flower holder is a small wooden cube with nails poking through, making it very sharp. We used the flower holder to make thin strips into the harakeke.
Here is a photo of the shredded harakeke.
Before we start the braid, we trim the top so it doesn't get in our way.
To start the plait, you connect 3 of the shredded harakeke and tie them together at the top.
To start the plait, you take 3 harakeke strips and do a simple braid.
Adding in harakeke is very important because if you don't add it in, it will get very thin and short.
You need to repeat the plait, otherwise it won't get very long.
Lastly, the end knot. Simply take 2 outer pieces and firmly hold down the middle piece. Taking the outer 2 pieces, you cross them over and put one of the pieces through the hole, then pulling tightly to make a knot.
Scientific method for fair testing.
Firstly, we had to measure up to 10 to 50 meters so we could measure the length of how far the car went.
Here is a video of a figure 8 follow-through loop.
During the fair testing, we had to take multiple photos to make sure we had enough.
Here is a video of us towing the red harakeke.
Here are some photos of the figure 8 follow-through loop and a video of us testing the yellow harakeke.
Here is a video of us testing the green harakeke.
This is our graph of our data. It shows how the green and yellow harakeke made it past 50 meters and went up to 20 kilometers, and the red harakeke broke at around 3 meters and went up to 7 kilometers.
We have come to the conclusion that our hypothesis was correct, and the yellow and green harakeke did make it past 50 meters, and the red harakeke broke at around 3 meters.
This is the references that we used and the website we used over the last term, and this is the acknowledgements. Tina, George's mum; Robin, George's nana; Revel, George's brother; and Firecat.
Thank you for listening.